So much lying going on. Makes you wonder what else is being lied about. Can we believe anything we've learned in the last 40 or 50 years? Hello everyone, Semiretiredbob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What you're watching is you're watching me walk. I know that doesn't seem super exciting, but 2.5 years ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for a couple minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking in any kind of weather. I wish I could tell you what the temperature is out here, but there is none. I know it looks bright and sunny, but currently there is no temperature. It is 0 Fahrenheit. But here I am walking, because that's what I do. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here as well. It means a lot to me that you spend just a few moments of your day with me. I would like to ask everyone to help me out just a little bit. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Drop down in the comments and say hi, Bob. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. All these things are absolutely free and help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 61 years old, and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40. Like being out here walking every day. I have to say, I think I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Sorry if you can't hear me as well, but it's really cold out here. As I've said in many videos, I don't like that. Okay. As I've said in many of my videos, when you add a new exercise, make sure you do it slowly, because you don't want to hurt yourself and cause more problems as you try to recover. I'll get into today's topic in just a moment. I still have about a driveway and a half to cover to get to the top of this hill, and then I can slow back down. But I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit more, because going this direction, I'm going straight into the wind, and I'm assuming it'll be better when I turn the corner. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Make sure you're bundled up correctly if you're going out into this kind of weather. Oh. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad at all. Going straight into the wind like that is brutal. Today's video, happy Monday, by the way. A couple of big events going on today. I guess there's some little event going on in Washington, D.C. And then there's the big football game tonight down in Atlanta. Go Buckeyes. But I'm sure you've all seen the news. It's all over the news. FDA bans red dye number 3. Woohoo, we're winning. Not so fast, my friends. Yes, red dye number 3 is a bad thing. But there's so many other chemicals out there that we need to look at. I believe this is the FDA's distraction attempt to keep us from looking too deep into everything. I mean, the thing that is scary about these chemicals, the one that was just banned, red dye number 3, it was banned from cosmetics 35 years ago. So heaven forbid you rub it on your skin. But sticking it in your mouth is perfectly okay. What in the world? We need to look at everything we're putting in our bodies. You know, I never used to be anti-vacuum cleaner. If you take the first couple letters of that word, I'm pretty sure you can figure out what I'm talking about here. But you know, when I was a kid, there were 3 or 4 vacuum cleaners that we had to get. And now I'm told that by the age of 4, kids have been gifted upwards of 50 vacuum cleaners. You know, I used to ask what in the world happened. We never had, you know, there was one kid with some kind of allergies in the entire school when I was a kid. Now, there's a lot of schools you're not even allowed to bring peanut butter in your kid's lunch because peanut allergies have become so common. What else are they lying to us about? You know, there was a very popular vacuum cleaner when I was a kid. And there are people out there making a lot of noise. I'm assuming you've all figured out what vacuum cleaners are by now. Take the first couple letters and figure it out. Because, you know, the hardest way to cut down a tree is with an axe. But there's a popular vacuum cleaner that was around when I was a kid. But of course, they had put that vacuum cleaner through multiple years of testing. And now there are certain people crying because the incoming person that's going to be looking at vacuum cleaners has said he's going to take a really close look at this vacuum cleaner. But it's not the one that I had gifted to me as a child. It's one of the newer ones that, if you look, these new models have not been tested at all. They're just put out there to be used. No safety testing whatsoever. That's the one they're looking at. I have to tell you, this is actually a little bit on the fun side, being out here in no temperature land, taking a long walk around. The wind is picking up into my eyes again. I may have to find some goggles or something. Luckily, it's only supposed to be this cold for a couple of days and then get back up into more normal temperatures of high single digits to low teens. I remember when I was a kid, they used to tell us this fantasy that, once it gets below about 10 degrees, you can't really feel any difference. That's crap. That's absolute crap. I gotta warm my nose up here for a minute. Ugh. Hopefully you can all still hear me. But another one of the lies that they've been telling us recently. I can't really see. My glasses fog up when I pull it up that high, so once I get warmed up a little bit, I'm going to turn the corner up here again in about another 25 or 30 steps, and then we will continue on with this discussion. The big lie they're telling us now is that obesity is hereditary. No, your genes, I hope my glasses clear up here pretty soon so I can see where I'm walking, but your genes may predispose you to certain conditions like obesity. So there is a small inherited effect. But the real thing that we inherit that causes obesity is cooking habits and eating habits. Who taught you, I come from a long line of big people? Well, who taught you how to cook? Your mom. Who taught her how to cook? Her mom. Who taught her how to cook? Her mom. So, it's not inherited obesity. It's inherited habits. So you have to break those habits, those generational habits. And hopefully, we get to pass on to our grandkids better habits. There are so many more lies that I could go into. Cholesterol causes heart disease. No, it doesn't. In fact, the one, now, they're not cause and effect studies because you can't show causation from the data points that they're using. But, Professor K talks about this one a lot. I talked about it. I was talking about it when I fell on the trail a couple of years ago on January the 4th. But the big meta-analysis that was done by the World Health Organization and the British Medical Journal or something or other. But anyway, it's 168 countries with more than 1 billion data points. So while it can't show causation, that's a very strong association that shows us that if you get your total cholesterol, as you get it under 220, the incidence of all-cause mortality go up sharply. There are so many more I just was on a bit of a rant today, but it's Monday. Hopefully you all had a good weekend. I'm going to go ahead and stop rambling and ranting now. I'm going to try and flip the camera around once I get up here to this little shady spot and play you guys some music for this incredible Monday that should be happening. This is actually Sunday, but you guys are going to see this tomorrow on Monday. But I'll have a few more thoughts when we get back up to the house, so stick around. Now if I can get the camera to flip around, because when it gets this cold I have to wear my blue gloves underneath my big heavy mittens, so it's hard to make the phone buttons work. Oh, come on. There it goes. Okay. I do want to, of course, I do want to talk about one more thing. There was a study where they went out and did this study with an Amish population. Because as you know, the Amish don't use vacuum cleaners. They do some axe throwing, but they don't use vacuum cleaners. And they were looking for a particular childhood disorder that has been growing rapidly. And again, it's associative data. It doesn't say anything about cause and effect. But in the Amish population they studied, they would have expected to find a couple of thousand cases of this childhood disorder. But they only found 2. And those 2 that they found this disorder in had been gifted a vacuum cleaner before they were adopted into the Amish traditions. Makes you stop and think. Now, I know there's probably a few of you out there wondering why I'm talking about axe throwing and vacuum cleaners and all that, instead of just saying the things that I want to say. Well, I already have a big fat target on my head. Back when I had 2,000 subscribers, I would get about 1,000 views on each video. And now that I have just less than 8,000 subscribers, a good day, I'll get somewhere between 150 and 200 views. And I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody jump into the comments and say, "Bob, good to see you making another video. I haven't seen you in months." I'm still putting out videos every day, or very close to it. But because I say things that are contrary to what certain other people that have the influence with money are pushing, I get shoved way down. You can say it's not happening, but it is. But anyway, sorry about all the ranting today, but the lies, it makes you wonder, what else have they been lying about for 40 or 50 years? There's lots of them out there, folks. And the further you dig down into this rabbit hole, the farther you will see how much money has corrupted our entire way of life. From the food we eat, to the doctors we see, the pharmaceuticals we take. You know, here in America, we're only, I forget what the exact numbers are, we're like 5% of the entire world's population, yet we account for 70% of prescription drug profits. Think about that for a minute. Anyway, I'm done ranting for today. Thanks for coming along for the ride today, folks. Hopefully I'll be back up to a more normal video tomorrow. Just don't forget to get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.